Look, guys, I'm doing take two on this sumbitch just because, it just wasn't working out so well earlier. But here's what I'm going to start with today. Let's talk a little bit about what I hit on occasion, which I need to be hitting on a lot more. But let's go to this site. All right, this is what we should really be more focused on than on the business side of it. But at the same time, we need the business to be able to drive the revenue to do what we got to do. But I've met with these guys consistently. I've shared with you guys a lot of things that's going on here. Go to aaron.chapman.com, scroll down. If you feel like I do about this, click on the donate button, throw something in there. Let's continue to keep driving this. We had a lot of people that have contributed. So you can see here, you can scroll down and take a look at those names when you go to that part of the site. But when you go to my website, aaron.chapman.com, you'll scroll down, you'll find this, or have a little donate button. You click on it, it'll take you to this specific site. Money doesn't come to us. It goes directly to OUR to deal with the operations that they have. And their operations keep growing. They had to go and veer off. And I explained before they veered off to go to Ukraine because of all the crap that's going on over there, away from the missions they already had in place. Now their missions are expanding, but what sucks is revenue is depleting, because we don't have the stupid amount of money that was rolling in. I'm not saying we, it's just us as a whole, as a market that we had last year, 6-8 months ago. It wasn't just crazy amounts of business, crazy amounts of money flowing in everywhere. So as a result of that retraction, I think people kind of being a little bit, more cautious with their spending, which is, contributing to our economy as we're seeing it right now. Then, because we have inflation through the roof, our expenses are going up, all this thing that's affecting their ability to operate as well. So anything extra you can push into that. Got a very close friend of mine here that is dealing with child crimes with the local police department. And it's amazing what's happening right here in our own damn neighborhood. Right around you guys, there's things happening. So we need to be cognizant of that. Do our part, even if it's very, very small, it's still a part to benefit those who are trying to make a difference hands-on. So let's go to this. I found very, very interesting. A article on CNBC with information that came from realtor.com that we are 5.4, I believe it is here, 5.24 million homes short of where we should be for a healthy market. Right now, the US Census found that 12.3 million American households were formed from January 2012 to June of 2021. But only 7 million new single-family homes were built during that window. So it shows this big gap that we have here. That's why we have such strong rental requests. We have such a strong rental market, and then a strong demand for the housing. What we had, at least for a window of time there, was the ability to take lower interest rates and help people get into houses, and of course, investors buying more houses. We don't have, the interest rates are still ridiculously low. We don't have the stupid low rates that we had just a few months ago. And a lot of people are freaking out about the affordability, but think about what that did, right? When you had this affordability increase and the demand increase for housing, and we already had a shortage, then those who are selling homes are pushing the price up. Well, now when you were buying a house, or let's say you were owning a home, you were selling your house because the prices were really high, but you're also buying when the prices are high, right? Now prices may be going down a bit, not extreme amounts, but going down a bit. And there's still a lot of people holding on, thinking that they can sell it for more. They should have sold it earlier, but we're going to try and sell it now and get more than we should be able to get for it. Ain't happening, guys. Just because you missed that boat doesn't mean you're still not a phenomenal time to sell and be able to buy something else when it's softened there too. Something that I heard today, Brian Stevens at the National Real Estate Post was talking about. If you're doing that, the one difference is, you're still trading to trade in the same environment, right? When it's high, you're going to trade and you're going to buy when it's high. When it's lower, you're going to sell when it's lower, buy when it's lower, but you're also not going to have the same tax ramifications because it's lower. So that's kind of a benefit, right? So I think that's really kind of an even either direction. With interest rates going up and housing prices coming down, there's going to see this equilibrium where before, when interest rates were way down, prices went way up. You still had this big disconnect. Now it's going to equalize out. We might have a little bit more healthy market, but our market is still, I would say, somewhat unhealthy in the sense that we don't have the housing to meet the demand. But it's healthy for those that have the houses because the property values will still stand very, very well. And then when you find opportunity, you find a property. Those of you who are trying to run pro formas and see, is this the right property to buy? By cash on cash return sucks. quit looking at your first year. Look 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the road at a 3% or 5% increase in your rents and see what that does. Right now, we have a massive rental demand. So, the average rents are in the double digits, but you don't have to be that individual. You can run at 4, 5, 6%, see what that does. You'll see this compounding increase in the actual rent that you're charging, which will put a double-digit compound increase on your cash flows, depending upon what your cash flows are. So run those numbers. If you're not sure what that is, call me. Let's talk about it. We'll see if we can help you out, get a little bit better understanding of what makes sense out there and what you should be looking at as far as your numbers. So you feel a little more confident in what's happening out there, because we want you to be confident in the numbers that you're doing and that you're not putting yourself in a position where you're in reality at risk, because a lot of people feel like, I think that they are putting themselves at risk by not looking at the numbers the proper way. That risk comes by looking at something like cash on cash returns and cap rates instead of looking at all the ways that you're making money on real estate investments, and therefore you're running away from deals or walking away from great deals that you could have that would make you successful in the long run. As I've said before, and I've heard said many times, when it comes to residential real estate, time makes geniuses of us all. Get involved, understand your metrics, and let's talk about that. When you have time, set an appointment, reach out to me. Let's look at the charts real quick here. We're going to probably stay within this pretty wide channel for a while. We were hoping to stay above here, but we could not maintain that. So last few trading days, we have broken way down into this channel. We're going to stay this for some time. I don't see, it's going to take some massive movements to push this in either direction, up or down. So I think we're going to stay fairly flat, but it's also going to be higher than where we were in the last few weeks. So keep an eye on that. We'll keep watching it, but we're still in a very, very good position. We're not in a heavy downward channel. We got away from that. Much rather be in a sideways, even if it's slightly negative sideways. Our goal is to lock when we get up here and float around when we're in this area, and hopefully get up in here and lock again. That's the goal, but it's so erratic. We can't say that that's how it's going to always happen. Reach out to me if you need anything, and we'll catch you guys on Tuesday.